Hey y'all, it's Valerie here, and I want to take you and show you the little area that I got done yesterday. Every once in a while I take a gardening day that's just for myself, where I don't pick up a camera, I don't really have any set plans, I just walk out to the garden and do whatever strikes my fancy. And yesterday what I did is I finished up that bed behind the greenhouse that I'd started on another video. So I want to take you and show you what that looks like now. I know some of it's in shade still, but you can see here that I got it all weeded and mulched. Basically, you can tell where I'd stopped before. Stopped about right here. So yesterday I got all of this done, and including down the back side a little bit. And it took me all day. Though I will admit I did have to start and stop a couple of times to go do other projects. I have this wheelbarrow full of stone that I just harvested. Well, the hubby just harvested off of our property. I've got some areas back here that don't have stone. And you can't see it, but right on the other side of this wheelbarrow is an area that doesn't have stone. So I'm just going to use this to kind of finish my rock wall. Alright, so there it is. It's going to eventually go around to the back side. But for now, I have this front border done. Let's show you walking from this way. Sorry if that's hard to see because of the shade. I'm very glad to finally have that little area off my checklist. I can count it as done. Well, not completely done, but the weeding's done, which is the most important part. I have had a little bit of a rough time of it today. After the little bed building excursion today, I need to get some more tomato seeds planted. I thought I was done. We have decided to put some currant tomatoes in our seedling sale because they're a little unusual and they're usually very prolific. So I got all of my currant tomato seeds out that I have, and there's 7 varieties, so we're going to plant those today. I did this time actually sit down last night and make tags, unlike last time when I thought I made tags and I hadn't. I think that I'm going to go ahead and discuss varieties, and then I'll just plant them all as opposed to discussing varieties as I go. So the first type I'm planting is this currant red tomato, and this is just a little red currant. I'm going to probably plant all of my seeds in each variety. This is an Ildy tomato, and it is not a currant, but I've only got 1 seed left. So I decided to go ahead and plant it this year, and if it comes up I can save seeds, because I can definitely squeeze another tomato plant in my own garden. This is an Everglades tomato, another red currant. This is Tessa's Landrace currant. I have golden currant tomato, Ted's pink currant, white currant, and yellow currant. So I will be planting all the seeds in each of these, and it looks like I am missing a couple of tags here. So I will have to make a few more, but that's no big deal. I'll just make them as I go. I'll plant the ones that I've got tags for first. Let's go ahead and separate those out. So I'm going to make tags for the Ted's Pink Currant, Tess's Landrace, and the White Currant. I know I made tags for these. I must have just left them in the house or dropped them on my way out here. Either way, I'm not going back after them right now. That's what I mean. Today's been one of those days. I've had all kinds of little incidences like that. I'd go to do something and I'd have to backtrack because I forgot something or something wasn't there. Just little tiny things that go wrong, but it doesn't amount to anything. But a lot of them in a row starts to get kind of stressful. Like that. That's wet. I can't use it now. I gotta let it dry. Yeah, just little things like that. Alright, let's go with white. Some of these seeds are quite old as well, so I don't know what will come up or what won't. All of them should come up, at least a couple. But some of them only have a few seeds, and if their germination rate's gone down, maybe all the seeds I have expired, though they may be all fine. I try to do my best to store them in a cool, dark place. That being said, they still do lose germination over time. Now that that's done, I've got these 2 trays of Dusty Miller I'm going to pot up. I do have another thing of Dusty Miller in the house, but it's just now germinating. And it looks like some of these have been eaten by what I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and pot these Dusty Miller up. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a 10-20 tray, fill it up with soil, and then replant them, giving them more space and more soil. And they will stay in these trays most likely until I'm ready to plant them out. There is a chance they'll get potted up again, but most likely they won't. I'm going to go ahead and pre-water it. I'm going to do this tray first since it has the most in it. And this is the Dusty Miller New Look. And of the 3 varieties I've got, this one is the most vigorous and it's the one I've got the most germination on. I want to show you how easy these are because they're in soil blocks. Just take one, pull it out, and then bury it. I'm not even disturbing the roots at all. They're going in intact. Doing them this way, the roots will grow together and they won't be as easy to pop out and plant as they are now. I'll have to untangle roots a little bit. And I could put them in the 2-inch soil blocks because I have the little dibble thingy that makes the perfect insert for these. However, they would take up way more room, and I don't really have the space to do them into individual 2-inch soil blocks right now. So I think I'm going to need a second tray for the rest. That's what I have left to plant. I was hoping I could get them into one tray per variety, and I think with the other two types I will be able to because their germination rate isn't quite as good. And on this one, there are a few that have come up, but they have no heads. Like, they've been chewed off. So we'll see. My camera cut off at some point, but this is the second tray of the new look done. This one is the Silver Dusty Miller, and I'm just going to go ahead and get it potted up. These will definitely be able to fit in one tray because there's just not as many. Though on this one, some have fallen into the cracks, so I'm going to try to salvage any of them that aren't quite on top of the soil block as well. So there's all the Dusty Miller Silver Dust, and there was definitely something eating them. I think I found the culprit when I was going through this tray. There was a little beetle crawling around in the soil, and as I was going through them, there were so many that had just been chopped off at the top. The tops had just been eaten off, and I'm going to attempt to show you. There's a little stem right there, and I have several that's all that's left behind. I'm just going to take all the dirt from these soil blocks and dump them outside somewhere. I'm not going to try to reuse it or rehab it. I had a whole lot of these germinate that were just eaten. The next thing I'm going to pot up is this something cabbage. Right, so I'm going to separate out the ones that I need and then pot them up, and then the rest I'm just going to fill back in with dirt and let them grow and eat them as microgreens the next time I have a stir fry or something. I'm just going to pot them up into these 4-pack cells. Where is it at? Now that these are potted up, the ones that I'm wanting to put in my own garden will have their own space and have a chance to grow faster and get bigger. Because these ones are crowded, so they do grow a bit slower. But the ones I didn't use, I'm going to fill in this with the soil. Just to cover up those holes that from where I just took out the plants. And then I'm just going to set them back on the shelf and use them for microgreens probably very soon. The next one is this early golden acre cabbage. And I'm going to do about 8 of these as well. Just like the last tray, I'm going to fill this back up with soil to fill in the holes. And then I will use these as microgreens in an upcoming either salad or stir fry or something like that. Give it a little water since I just messed with it. Alright. See, there's not quite as many left in that pile, or in this container. But now I have a whole flat of potted up cabbage, 8 of each type, and these will go into my garden. Alright, I think that that's all of the things I needed to get accomplished today. It's evening time now, so I need to go in and start cleaning up and prepping for dinner. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really love coming out here and hanging out with you on these unexpected garden days, as I like to call them, even though this time of year they're becoming more expected. I guess I can't really call them unexpected anymore. My day's turned around since this morning, and it's partially because I've got to be out here with you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you next time. Bye.